Okay, so let's have a look at how we might output something from our Lightroom catalogue, maybe as a proof sheet initially. So I've got this sample Lightroom catalogue here. Now this could represent your set of images that you might be putting together for your Optimize images project. Of course you'll be using your own images, but let's imagine that we're in your catalogue with hundreds or even thousands of images, and you've decided that these are the 12. You've decided on 12 that you're going to use for your Optimize project. Select them all and come over to Collections and create a new collection and call it Optimize. Yeah, and include the selected photos in that collection. That way, if you've got any other set of images showing, by clicking on the Optimize collection, you'll get the 12 that you want to work on. Even if you've got thousands and thousands of images in your main catalogue, those 12 will appear in front of you, and they're the ones you can work on. So you can then work through each individual image in the develop module as we've discussed, work through all the different options that are appropriate for that image, come back to the library and work on the next one, and work your way through them all. But once you've done that, we want to output them as a proof sheet or a contact sheet. Some different terminology that basically means the same thing. Let's have a look at how we might do that. Select them all with the Command A shortcut and go to your print module. Over on the left hand side you'll see a range of Lightroom templates. If that's not visible, just unzip it by clicking the arrow, and you can choose from all sorts of different page layouts here if you want. Choose one of the contact sheet options to get started. And you can see that you get a bit of a preview. As long as you've got all your 12 images selected, they'll appear. If they appear, or if all of them don't quite appear, it may be that you're not fitting them onto one sheet yet, and then you've got to click the arrow to see the next page. Over here on the right hand side, you've got a whole range of parameters that you can adjust and play around with to get your proof sheet looking the way you want it to look. So have a little go with those. Yeah, you can put a border around them if you want. Yeah, if you do, make it a very narrow one, not a big chunky one. Yeah, I won't choose to do that in this case. But if all of your images were sort of white edged and seemed to disappear into the white page, a white border, a black border of half a point or something like that might be quite appropriate. You can choose to organise your layout in different measurements. Millimetres make sense to most of us. You can adjust the margins by typing in numbers or adjusting the sliders. Yeah. You can change the number of rows on each page or the columns on each page so that they appear as a grid. And you can adjust how much space is allowed between each of the images by cell spacing or cell size. Keeping them squares probably quite neat if you've got an alternating mixture of verticals and horizontals. Otherwise you might get some odd layout appearance happening. You can show guides to help you, different rulers and other things to assist with your layout. You can choose a different background colour. Be wary of that. People may want to print this out. They don't want a black background on their page if they're going to print it out. White is a good default. Yeah. You can watermark your images at that point if you've got one already created in Lightroom. If not, you'll have to edit your watermarks and make your watermark. Photo info is very useful. You're sending this to someone to have a look at your images. They're probably going to come back to you and say, I want that one with the studio shot, or the you know, the one with the long hair. It's hard to tell, isn't it? If you've got the photo information and you choose an appropriate label for your photo, it's very easy. And if it's the file name, and the file name includes your original capture number, it's very easy for you to identify that photo. And you can change the size of that type to suit